Well, hello there, friends. The table is set for our Sunday morning spread from Cards of Light, Bright Blessings of the Tarot for September 25th, 2022. Brian Noe with you once again. Thanks for joining me this week. Before we get to the cards, wanted to just mention something we're cooking up for anybody who is nearby Kankakee, Illinois. Not sure when this will happen, but Nikki up at Rubber Rose and I have been talking about maybe doing a tarot class for beginners. If you have ever been curious about the cards, just want to know more about them, or kind of want to know how to get started reading cards or using the cards for personal development or whatever, if you're curious, I think we're going to do probably be a Friday or Saturday evening, it's sounding like, sometime or another. Couple hours, something along those lines, just an introduction to the cards. So more information about that when we have plans together. We just started talking about it this week and seems like a fun idea. So keep an eye on the weblog and on Facebook and all of the places for more information about that. Let me get a sip of coffee before we shuffle and deal these cards here. That is good. Okay. Let's do a little more shuffling here. Hope everybody has been having a lovely first weekend of autumn. You are in the northern hemisphere, and is it fall now? Or no, sorry, autumn is fall. Is it, it's spring, I think, in the south. I don't know. Anyway, geography. All right, let's breathe for just a minute. Clearly, I need to get my mind quiet. Okay. Monkey mind just wants to run all over the place and climb up trees and everything else. Need to kind of say, hey, settle down, monkey. All right. In the spiritual dimension, we have the Six of Swords. Social emotional, we have the Star. Oh, sorry, went too deep. In the mental dimension, I like that other card, the Seven of Wands, and the Eight at first that we grabbed. And then in the physical dimension, we have the Five of Cups. Now let's keep that 8 out, since it kind of jumped out for us there when we were going into the mental dimension, and see what that might mean. Let's put it over here nearby. All right. So the overall spread, we have 3 pip cards in a major. Pip cards all from different suits this week. Okay, let's start with these one at a time. So the Five of Cups in the physical material dimension of our lives. Cups, the suit of the heart, the suit of emotions, the suit of relationships. And fives, as we've discussed, seems like they have been coming up a lot lately. The cards of change. Crowley styles this one disappointment. This is the card in the Rider deck that shows the character kind of standing, looks very, very, I don't know if lonely is the right word, but sort of alienated, standing there in the cloak, sort of looking off his back to several cups. And there are several cups that are standing and several that are overturned. And so it's almost the pun of don't cry over spilled milk. I mean, there are these full cups right there, but the character seems to be, just dissatisfied. and the empty cup's there as well. I mean, so maybe there's some reason for dissatisfaction. I'm getting the sense that this is someone who has been working for some sort of goal, and I'm getting the sense that it's financial again. Although it could be health related, it could be, physical goals of some sort. But I'm getting the sense that it's financial and that there's been some progress and some gains, but it's just not been quite enough to be satisfying. You haven't quite gotten there yet. And so if that is the case here, we need to just be patient. And I know it's hard. And I know it's hard when we set goals and then don't achieve them. But when we don't, we can look at what we have achieved and what we have learned in the process. Take a breath and then get moving again. That's about the only advice we've got from it there. But there may, in the week to come, there may be some level of dissatisfaction or disappointment in some sort of physical or financial goal that we had set for ourselves. And if that happens, we just need to hang in there. We'll eventually get to where we need to get. Okay. Social emotional, we have the Star. And this is the card of guidance, of intuition, of our wildest dreams, but the guidance that allows us to experience those wildest dreams. And so in the social emotional dimension here, we need to just we need to follow that star, but looking pretty rosy. I mean, literally, but also looking pretty good in the social emotional. I'm getting the sense that this is a relationship for somebody that may be a risk, but if you pursue that relationship, it is the gateway to the life that you are meant to live. And I honestly don't know where those words just came from. They just came out of my mouth and I guess out of my heart and the inspiration of the star. So take it for what it's worth. If this message is for you, you'll know. If you're the one that spoke to, then by all means, this is your opportunity to the life you were meant to lead, that you came here to live, the lessons that you came here to learn, the things that you came here to achieve, the love that you came here to experience and to express. So don't hold back. All right. Mental dimension. We have the Seven of Wands. And this is the card of best laid plans going completely off the rails, and the outcome depending entirely upon individual effort and grit. Crowley styles this one valor. So, and the best analogy is battle plans. That you go into this battle and you have very definite idea, and then things just completely break down. And at that point, sometimes it's not a matter of planning or resources or discipline, as it is just the individual will and individual effort that carries the day. We see this very crude wand in the middle here that appears to be glowing and on fire, almost like coals or something, in front of all of these very well organized, very ornate wands, which are the ranks of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, by the way. So in the mental dimension, this is a call for summoning up our determination and our will. And so if this were something like a creative pursuit, let's say that this was writing a term paper, what it tells me is that it's less about the outlining and the organization than it is just plowing forward and getting it done just through pure strength of will and determination. Not getting the sense that this is a paper like that or something, but in the mental dimension, this could be about our mental landscape and about the attention that we place on things. Energy goes where attention is placed. And so, normally, the way to plant good seeds there, the way to get our minds right, is daily activities, gratitude journals, meditation, study, those sorts of very disciplined sorts of activities, day in and day out. But I think what this is telling us is that at some point this week, at least, it's going to be less a matter of reining things in than it is just plowing forward, just charging forward with something. This may be if we have been leading a very ordered life in terms of the life of the mind. This could be something new that is coming in that again may be a little bit of a risk to follow. And I can't be more specific than that. I'm not getting an intuitive hit as to what that is. But something where we just need to charge forward, and that will be valuable to us if we do. I'm sorry that I can't be more specific, but there you go. Okay, over here in the spiritual dimension, which is the dimension of our lives that has to do with meaning and legacy and kind of finding our way beyond the mundane, everyday sorts of experiences that we have. We've got the Six of Swords. Swords, the cards of the air, the element of the air, the cards of the mind. And sixes are that really sweet spot where we return to balance. And we've talked before about the way that the energy moves through the cards. We've got the initial idea of something, or even before it's expressed, just sort of the potential or the notion of something is the aces. The twos are decision points in partnerships. The threes are creativity when we begin to something begins to be real. Fours are stability. When, okay, we've had this idea, we've started to move forward with it. We've got our plans in place, and now all of a sudden we are at a very stable kind of, solid concrete place. Fives are when things begin to break up just a little bit, and the energy becomes more diluted and diffuse. And then sixes are when everything is brought back into balance, and after this sort of period of disorder, and things are just really beautiful and perfect. So here we have that sort of balance and perfection of the mind in the spiritual dimension of our lives, and we're moving from this energy over here, which is a 7, this energy over here, the 5, these are both kind of disorganized energy, and yet we've got this beautiful, balanced, perfect energy here. And so, and Crowley styles this one science. So this is very methodical. So in the mental dimension, we've got this call to valor, this call to determination. But over here, the message is sort of to take a balanced, methodical approach to things. So kind of some mixed energies up here at the top of the reading. And I can't be more specific about guidance about that either. It's very strange. We do have this 8, which tried to pop out when we were in the stack for the mental dimension of our lives, and that's swiftness. This is as the card, you can see it's kind of an electric energy, very powerful, very mysterious, and very quick. So it looks to me like there'll be a lot of stuff. We've got 5, 6, 7, 8 here. Going to be a lot of stuff maybe unfolding pretty quickly here. We may have to make some quick decisions and move swiftly on that. But ultimately, we get to this place of balance. So when we do get a second to catch our breath, then is the time for being very methodical and drawing on our resources and the sort of organized structures of our minds and the things that we have learned, to get us to the point where we can make sense of all of the rest of this stuff. This sort of sits apart over here, and I think this may be, all of this stuff is just changing energy. This, though, because it is one of the major cards, is where we maybe really need to focus our attention, which is, that relationship. Might be an activity too, but I'm getting a sense that it's a relationship that is the key to the whole thing. If we follow that star, all of the rest of this stuff, kind of the energy flying around, is going to be kind of less relevant. Very, very, very strange spread here for the week to come, but that's about the most sense that I can make of it now. Maybe as the week unfolds, we'll get some additional clues as to the meaning of all of this. If any of this is resonating with you, give me some help here. I'd love to hear your story about what this spread is about. And if you're a reader, as always, I'd love to hear from you. So many of you have got so much more experience and knowledge than I do in this art. So I would love to hear what any readers think of this spread as well. You can leave comments here on the video. I do appreciate those of you who comment on every single one of these videos. And if you are watching the video and you look down at the comments, you'll see Elizabeth and Julie almost every single time will be commenting, and very thoughtful, very very wise comments from them always. But welcome any other comments as well. And you can also, if you'd like to, pop out to the weblog brightblessingstarot.com. If you don't want to comment on the blog post, you can click the contact tab and email me if you'd like a little more private discussion on things. I am also always open to reading for others. There is a link on the weblog for that if you're interested in a reading. And again, I will get the word out as soon as we kind of have plans in place for the how to get started with the tarot session that we want to do up at Rubber Rose Books, downtown Kankakee. I think that's it for this Sunday morning spread. I really do appreciate you spending time with me this morning, and plan to be back on Thursday for our 3-card Thursday. In the meantime, as always, I wish you peace. Take care of yourself.